Hey guys, so I thought I would start out with a more hello intro to this. So today I'm filming a makeup tutorial with my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and this is a more dramatic look with that palette because I think a lot of people look at that palette and think like neutrals, you know, basic neutrals, but you can make it look a little bit more dark and dramatic, obviously. So this is my look for you guys today. So let's jump right into it.
You are the icing.
Alright, so starting out, I always like to moisturize my face. I've been using the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. There's two formulas. I've been using the lotion formula, and I love applying this right before I put my makeup on because it helps to have my I can't talk, my foundation glide all over my face. I absolutely love it. And then this is just a travel size of the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I'm trying out a few different primers right now. So this is the one that I'm using, and I just dot it all over my face. I take a small amount and I dot it all over the face really lightly because I don't want to use too much. And then I blend it out with my fingers.
You are the apple of my eye, the sweet sunshine in the sky. You are.
So then I'm using my Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. Right now I'm in the shade 1, which is actually too light for me because I picked up the wrong shade in January. I'm actually supposed to be shade 2 for reference, and they're sold out like everywhere with shade 2, so I'm just sticking with shade 1 for now, but I'm just dotting this all over my face. And then I'm going to use my Sigma stippling brush. I love the brush so much, and I'm going to use that to buff it into my skin. And I think this brush is very flawless with application. Yeah, I'm showing you the brush because I'm so embarrassing. But yeah, I just buff it into my skin.
When cloudy days come along, when we're not near, hear this song and know, just know. If sad times steal your joy, ring me up and hear my voice. I love you's tend to mute the noise. Metaphorically, this song just says one thing: I love you. That's what I'm telling you. Oh, and there's no irony.
So then I'm going to use my NARS Creamy Concealer. I love this one a lot, although I'm starting to figure out that it kind of clumps up in my fine lines under my eyes really bad. But I'm just using it under my eyes, and then I covered up that one little pimple spot that I had. But yeah, so then I'm going to use my ring finger to blend it out. I really wish I had a beauty blender. I really need to just get one because I feel like it would blend it so much better. But yeah, I'm just using my ring finger, and sometimes I'll go back through with my foundation brush and just kind of seamlessly like blend it in with that. And I'm setting my under eyes with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I'm just using this tiny little Bare Minerals brush. Literally, it's just a brush that I randomly got at the same time I got my Laura Mercier powder, and it works pretty well. Now I'm using my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I actually don't use the translucent one. I use one with some color just because my foundation is a little light for my skin. So I've been using the shade 4 to try to darken up my face a little bit.
I'm begging, baby, yeah, you know it's time. Come on and tell me you love.
Contour, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I use the middle shade as my main contour, as you can see, and then I use the darker shade a little bit on the outside, which I'll get to in a second. And then down my nose, I use the lightest shade. So yeah, I like to contour up by my forehead a little bit too. Sometimes I'll use bronzer, sometimes I'll use contouring powder. It just kind of depends on the day. And now I'm applying the darker shade just in the hollow because I feel like it makes my face look thinner, and it makes the darkest area very close to the back. And then I'm just applying it along the bridge of my nose because we gotta have a thin nose. And then I'm gonna take the highlighting powder, the lightest powder in the palette, and use that to highlight my nose.
Can I be your queen? Could be your touch, pick me up, you get me. I got the hunch that
Using this blush from the NARS palette that I got. I think this one's Deep Throat. I'm not 100% sure though. I really like this blush. I thought it tied together with my look really well, even though I haven't done my eyes yet, but you know, it's gonna tie in perfectly. And then I'm gonna use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the color Soft and Gentle. And I love this stuff. I'm using my finger just to apply it to the high points of my face. Then I'm using my favorite eyeshadow primer. This is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and when I apply my eyeshadow primer, I apply it all the way up onto my eyebrow hairs. And I do this because immediately after I put my primer on, I always go and do my eyebrows, and I'm going to be doing my eyebrows off camera. But it just really helps the powders that I put in my brows stay and just makes them look so much better, and it kind of holds your brows together a little bit too, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So now my eyebrows are done. If you'd like to see a brow routine, let me know in the comments down below. So I'm just going to prime my eye with another shade, and this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Inked in Pink. And I like to just use a color base a lot of the time with my eyeshadows to help my eyeshadows pop. And I'm taking the color Milk Chocolate, and I'm using that as a transition shade in my crease on my MAC 217 brush. Then I'm going to take the color Cherry Cordial, and I'm just going to apply that into my crease more defined in the actual hollow of my crease, and not as much more feathered out, more directly into the hollow. And then I'm going to blend that out with my 217 and a little bit of the Milk Chocolate shade. Taking this color Black Forest Truffle, and I'm going to use that to pack it basically all over my eyelid. I'm going to pack it and not really smudge it, although right there I'm kind of smearing. But for the most part you want to pack, because then that gives off the best color payoff. And then I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush and just blend out the look a little bit so that it's all seamless and blends together and there's no harsh lines. And then I'm going to take the color Triple Fudge on a kind of thin brush. I don't know how to explain this brush. It's kind of flat on the top, and I'm going to just work that into the outer corner. If you have a pencil brush, that works really well here as well. So I probably should have used a pencil brush, but I didn't. And then I'm just going to blend it out again. So, you know, we want it all to look blended and good. Seamless, that's important. And then I'm going to take the color Champagne Truffle, and I'm just going to plop that color right in the center of my eye just to kind of brighten up the look a little bit. And then I'm also going to put it in the inner corners of my eye. And I'm also going to take the color White Chocolate and highlight my brow bone with it.
We can do what we want to. We roll with the windows down. Meet up with the boys in town. We go out.
So going back into that Milk Chocolate color, I'm just going to lightly apply that to my lower lash line with a brush that kind of diffuses the color out. And then I'm going to go in with a mix of Black Forest Truffle and Triple Fudge and just put that right along my lash line. I'm using a smudge brush for this. You can use, you know, any kind of thin brush just to put it on the lower lash line. What I like about a smudge brush is it smudges it out while you're applying it. And then I'm just going to line my upper lash line with my Revlon Color Stay Liquid Eye Pen. And of course, I always wing out my eyeliner, so that's super important. And then I'm just going to line my waterline with my Marc Jacobs eyeliner.
Lay out in the beachy air. Forget every single care.
I went ahead and applied my mascara off camera, but those are just the products that I was using. And for my lips, I'm using this Revlon lip pencil marker crayon thing in the color Honey. This used to be my go-to everyday lip color, and I really like it because it's super natural. So that's my look, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and now let's click to me talking again. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any other tutorial requests, let me know in the comments down below, and I will talk to all of you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.
You make my heart